Hey, this video is just my opinion on the Satyam case, which might not cover the Satyam case from every aspect. I actually did this video so that I could explain audit chapter, auditor's responsibility on fraud in much detail. If you feel I missed out on something, please feel free to comment it. If you like this video and want more such cool videos, hit the like, share, subscribe and bell button. There's a word in Hindi, Satya.
Which means truth.
But ironically, there was a company named Satyam which couldn't justify its own name. It was all about false claims, lies, cheating, conspiracy, forgery, and its very famous fraud. Back in 1987, a company called Satyam Computer Services Limited was formed by two brothers, Raju brothers, Rama Raju and Ramalinga Raju. This company provided software services, consultancy services, and IT services to a huge customer base, including World Bank. This was one such company which achieved tremendous heights in a short span of time. So basically, everything was picture perfect. Until one fine day, Raju resigned as chairman of Satyam and announced a confession of committing a fraud of rupees 7,800 crores.
Are you serious? 7,800 करोड़ रुपए का घोटाला. I want to know everything about this.
The Raju brothers hatched a conspiracy to artificially increase their revenue and profits.
Artificially? How does someone artificially increases their revenues and their profits?
It's very easy. Say for example, your actual sale is 100 rupees, but you show your sale as 150 rupees. Now how do you do that? Book a sale which never happened on some fake datas. That is, you book fake sales, fake datas, and fake profits.
Holy shit! But why would he do that?
If I increase my revenue, what will happen?
My profits will increase.
Yes, and if I do that consistently, year after year, my company would look investable. And once my company looks investable, everybody wants to buy my shares.
So if everybody wants to buy the shares, the price of the share will go up?
Yes, now who holds the majority shares in a company?
Promoters?
In this case, who are the promoters?
Raju brothers.
Exactly. So the Raju brothers were able to sell their shareholdings at a much higher price, taking home tons of money.
Smart guy, huh?
But even if they artificially increase profits, accounting में कहीं तो पकड़े जाते यार.
To answer that, come back to basics. What is Satyam? An IT company? Meaning they know IT at its best and they took the biggest advantage of their strength. Usually, big companies use ERP system for accounting. But Satyam, we know, is an IT company, developed its own ERP system for accounting. They deliberately left loopholes in their accounting system. Such deliberations were left to insert fictitious invoices and fictitious bank statements.
एक सेकेंड. Fictitious invoice तो मैं प्रिंट कर सकता हूँ. But fictitious bank statements?
वो भी तो प्रिंट हो सकते हैं.
मतलब बैंक भी इन्वॉल्व थी?
No. Every month जब बैंक स्टेटमेंट्स आते थे तब एंड फेक बैंक स्टेटमेंट्स प्रिंट हो जाते थे.
Okay, so now fake sales दिख रही है and fake bank statements भी. But what if someday किसी के हाथ में real bank statements लग जाते? तब तो पता चल ही जाता ना यार कि जो fake bank statements है उनके बैंक बैलेंस कितने ज्यादा हैं than the real bank statements.
So they even had a plan for that. Problem? The fake bank statements have more money than real bank statements. Solution? Invest the fake money into fake fixed deposits. And by the way, do you know how much was such fake fixed deposits? 5,000 crores. I mean, 1,000 crore से नीचे तो कुछ बात ही नहीं हो रही है. वो कहते हैं ना, एक झूठ को छुपाने के लिए 100 झूठ बोलने पड़ते हैं. सो अगर फेक फिक्स डिपॉजिट होंगे तो फेक इंटरेस्ट भी होगा जिसके ऊपर एक्चुअल टैक्स भरना पड़ेगा. सो दे इवन हैड टू पे टैक्स ऑन एन इनकम व्हिच नेवर एक्सिस्टेड.
आज खुश तो बहुत हो गए तुम.
Were they able to achieve what they desired?
Oh yes, the share prices did increase and the promoters were able to sell their shareholdings at a much higher price, taking home around 1,200 crore rupees.
All said and done, that was a wicked stroke. पर जब वो इतना सब कुछ कर पाए थे, then why such confession?
That's another story. So, in the management, there were not just Raju brothers. There were the directors, independent actors who forced. So, if we have 5,000 crore rupees in fixed deposit, what is it doing there? Let's invest them in some bigger opportunities.
अच्छा.
So now, Raju brothers had to make a real investment from non-real FDs.
You got it right. So, Raju came up with a new plan. Plan to acquire Mehta's, a related company which was actually controlled and managed by Raju's family. Doing this, they were able to convert fictitious assets of Satyam into real investments of Mehta's. Finally, the merger happened with immense resistance from the shareholders, who gave a big thumbs down to this decision. This merger violated various acts, and due to such violations, the share prices dropped by almost 55%, raising serious concerns about Satyam's corporate governance.
It looks like it was the beginning of the end.
So Raju knew he was in major trouble and tremendous pressure. He had no other option than confession. In fact, in one of the confession letters, he admitted it was like riding a tiger without even knowing how to get off without being eaten.
But hey, how could the auditors not find this out? I mean, auditor का काम क्या होता है? To find reasonable assurance and also उसको ये find करना पड़ता है that the financial statements are free from material misstatement.
So the next who was targeted in this whole facade was PwC, the auditors of Satyam. How could they not trace this cooking up of books for 7 to 8 years? And when the inquiries were done, it was found out they did not even check 1% of the invoices. Nor did they check physical verification of cash in bank even if the amount involved something like 5,000 crore rupees. It was held that the statutory auditors did fail their job by issuing a clean audit report for a fudged accounts.
So what happened with Raju brothers? And what happened with the auditor? And hey, what about Satyam? They can't put a company in jail.
Satyam, it got acquired by Tech Mahindra and it continued to provide its IT services, consultancy services, and software development services. So, hey, dear students, this was the Satyam case, the Satyam fraud. Since this case, there has been drastic changes in the various statutes, various acts, and various laws with respect to auditors' responsibility on fraud. Henceforth, auditor has to take real caution and care when certifying an account. There could be various indications that guide you about a possibility of a fraud. You, as an auditor, have to be alert in facing such situations and take the required actions. You can't afford to be negligent. So do maintain your professional skepticism, care, and caution when certifying an accounts. To study more about these responsibilities, indications, situations, all that we are going to study in this chapter, Auditor's Responsibility on Fraud. Thanks for watching.